welcome you all to this session on approaches to corporate social responsibility or approaches to CR, CSR, not CR, CSR. The corporate social responsibility CSR, as you know, it is a broad term which consists of or encompassing various actions of corporates undertaken to make a positive social contributions. See, to make a positive social contribution in this sense, all effort what these corporates or companies put in for attracting customers, retaining them, enhancing sales, and earning more profit, and spending this profit or using this profit or applying this profit or bottom line to satisfy all the end users, including the public or local people, or even the society or this environment. So when you trace the history, this term as you know, it has evolved from time immemorial as a charity to now as a legal obligation or as a mandated by law. In this session, as I told, the approaches, there are two approaches. One, the Western, where the CSR practice was documented long back. Even pre-industrial revolution era, there were practice as well as records for that. When you come to East or Eastern world, it was there in the practice as a part of the life or giving charity and philanthropy. But till very recently, there were no such evidences as corporates they used to do, merchants used to do, but it is very or of late has given a forward shape. Maybe during pre-independence era, in the sense the early, or I can say in 20 late part of 19th century or in 20th century. So first it is a Western approach, how these Western people or Western corporates look into the CSR or they follow and practice CSR activities or initiatives, and today global at global level. So this approach, Western approach, where they tend to follow out of one of number of out of one out of many number of paradigms. Paradigms is nothing but a principle, or it is a framework where they practice, make policy, they practice and observe and follow. We can perhaps categorize these paradigms as follows: like classical, very traditional, social contracts, instrumental, legitimacy, and shareholders. Now we shall look into one by one. First one is a classical. As the classical, in the sense, the traditional or oldest view on business is that business is a commercial activity wherein the capitalist invest their money. So whatever profit they get, that must go to capitalist as a profit to the owners or say shareholders, and there is no place for spending this other than to give back to the shareholders. In this view, to understand, it is the work of economist Milton Friedman, who believed it was wrong for corporate officials, maybe CEOs, corporate officials, to extend their social responsibility beyond, you see, going for social responsibility activities beyond serving the interest of their shareholders. He says wrong. He said there is one and only one social responsibility of business, that is to use its resources and to engage in activities designed to increase its profit, so long as it says within the it stays within the rule of the game, which is to say engages in open and free competition without the deception and producing. At the most, that is deception, cheating, and fraud should not be there, and everything that is earning profit. This is the old age or classical approach. Then when it comes to social contract, so it is businesses which function in the society, and they take all resources from the society and nature, and the product whatever they manufacture, that is again meant to the society. So there will be some sort of a contract. It is nothing but the agreement between these business houses and the society. So for fulfilling this contract, business need to attain the wishes and obligation or expectations, or stand up to the expectation of the society. Social contract paradigm would argue that CSR policies are a necessary part of, see, it is a necessary part of process of business, manufacturing, distribution, whereby a business relates to society. Say business, since business is part and parcel of the society, to grow there and to have a long life, can say sustainable growth, they have to meet the societal needs too. So this paradigm would say that CSR policies are necessary because society expects. So initially classical approach is that profit, business for profit, and profit should be earned with the, say, some sort of ethics, without having any deception and fraud, and it is only to serve the owner. But here it is a partial, part and parcel of the society, hence it has a certain obligations towards, or obligations to meet or fulfill the expectations of society from the business. The third one, the instrumental. So what is instrumental here? CSR is a tool in the process of manufacturing distribution, where CSR activities or CSR policy or a tool is instrumental in earning good profit, earning good name. Say good name, good image, and impression will give good profit in turn. So it is CSR is instrumental, spending towards society is to have more profit, then the profit to the stakeholders, prime interest of its prime stakeholders to be preserved. In the sense, when these proprietors or owners or shareholders they invest, it is the organization or corporates must take care of their interest. So CSR, whatever they spend on this, that is for earning again more profit to pay off or to keep them happy, them in the sense owners. So third one, so classical approach, profit to the owner, there is no, this is wrong to spend on society. Second one, so society, business a part and parcel of society, so it has an obligation, it has to input, and CSR is a tool for better profit and good name, so it has to be incorporated in the policy. Then legitimacy approach regards CSR, it treats CSR as part of the process, the process of the firm or manufacturer, whereby a firm or these corporates gains legitimacy in the eyes of the public. See, to have a good name and to have good words, and I can say good sight, to have a good sight by the society towards the business, they have to run or do it. CSR as a part of process of business or these corporates, public, and thereby the social license to operate. They see in their naked eye, and business should be transparency, and profit must, share of profit should go to them, and they should give approval. See here the societal approval, or approval, that is license to operate. Otherwise, if firm or corporates fail to meet, they may put sanctions. Then fifth one, again the Westerns, that is stakeholders approach. Stakeholders theory regards CSR as no more than the process whereby business fulfills its responsibility to its shareholders. They say it is shareholders' duty only. You can't, so CSR and say the role of CSR initiative and role of stakeholders cannot be separated. So CSR as no more than the process, equal, manufacturing or whatever, equal, hence shareholders duty, it is in a sense corporate's duty. So second, modern approach. See, modern approach that CSR involves taking action against taking action that to help advance society. Social responsible organizations attempts to remain ethical. See, ethical again it is subjective, doing good for the majority or doing less harm. Then putting morals ahead of profits. First morality and say sympathy or whatever that human first, then profit. And there are four such approaches today, or this may change. Different companies or corporates may adopt different set of views or approaches to CSR. So CSR involves taking actions that help advance society. CSR involves the actions of the corporates which helps to develop or advance the society. First one, obstruct, obstructive approach, defensive, accommodating, proactive. See, name itself says first one. Where under obstructive approach, company does not make social responsibility an effort. Company won't make any effort as separately as social responsibility, instead making profits. The most important aspect of its business is a profit making. It is main. So don't mind. Some people view obstructive business as immoral sites. They exploit their employees, pollute business, yeah, employees, pollute natural lands, or deceive customers. When faced with the specific social demands, obstructive companies often deny any wrongdoing and may even use obstacles deliberately, delay or divert investigation of their practices. So they say profit. If you could earn profit, social responsibility next, and exploiting people or exploiting employees, extracting more natural resources and some deceive customers, part and parcel they say. Next one is a defensive. See, this CSR is required. They say companies that take a defensive stance towards social responsibility. Social responsibility, not happily or for the improvement. They say that is to stop others to take legal action. If we do something, others may sue and they may take action against us. So in order to stop the company from others taking or bringing such a legal action, they do some act. It is they say not a particular responsibility. These companies may consider themselves neutral and they make profits a more important motive than performing action in a social responsible way. Profit, companies make a point following a law to ensure that where there is a law, we have to do a legal business. See, it's legal business. Legal business. A company, for example, may create more waste than necessary, but it will remove the waste in a legal method rather than dumping it illegally. Actually, waste has to be reduced. They create more waste, but they treat it without disturbing others. That is what defensive. Second point. Third one, accommodative approach. See, as name says, to accommodate. The example signifies that a company believes social responsibility is important. First one, there is no such separate activity and all. Profit. Second one, profit, but they take care of themselves against any difficulties put in by others. Here they say it is important, must, and perhaps as important as making a profit. They say equal bearing. For example, it may decrease its creation of waste. See, there they produce more, they treat, but here creation waste itself is less. See, we emit more in carbon dioxide, and we will plant trees to absorb it. So that's what previous difference. But it is not like that. Instead of doing that, say that you will produce or you will follow such a method or technology in which you can reduce the waste or such effluent or emission of carbon dioxide. Source of product that are not tested on animals and pay its employees a fair wage. The company would keep its records open to public. That means transparency here. Then proactive. So fourth one, proactive, name itself says first priority to social responsibility, CSR, then profit. Almost reverse of or opposite side of first point. So like an accommodating company, a proactive company makes a social responsibility a priority. They say when we do good thing, good deed to the society, in long run, in future, we can reap the benefit. Reap the benefit. Instead of reacting to criticism, a proactive company attempts to remain ahead of the curve when it comes to social responsibility. Proactive company may go out of its way to institute new recycling program, maybe water, give all of its employees a living wage and benefits, not losses or government says, they themselves, and donate a portion of its profit to the charity. Thank you. These are different approaches to corporate social responsibility under two heads. One, Western's approach, what they 4-5 points, and altogether today what we see, there are different four. They are all are existing, and the company depending upon their nature and say paradigm, philosophy they follow. Thank you.